Hallo, das ist Jäger, and welcome to episode 29. Good lord. We have been playing this game for quite a bit now. And, oh, figures. Anyway, so yes, we're very close now. Well, touch wood, we are very close. Very close indeed. Our forces at Tajima, currently surviving the ninja apocalypse. Inaba is at a position where it can defend itself. There is a fair amount of bad guys who unfortunately are doing their finest to try and kill off my army. I think I will transfer a couple more. I don't know how many people. Okay, we need maybe. I think what I'll do is I'll transfer a couple of katana samurai to make sure that there is a bit more of a defense here. I can hold my own. I've got 3 Yari, 1 Naginato and 2 katana samurai, and I've already bashed the living crap out of that army. So, last time we were here, we were preparing ourselves for the mighty quest to launch a devastating attack against Kyoto with its very poor army. Well, it's very samurai focused army, but it only having Yari and bow samurai, which, you know, is not something to take lightly. Definitely not something to take lightly. But thankfully, they haven't got a special crap ton of Naginata samurai. Oh shit. That's a lot of bad guys. I've got matchlock. Decline attack. And once again, the Imagawa try their dandiest to try and kill off my... it's quite frustrating, but I've got Katana and I've got a general. We're outnumbered by a bit, but he's only got Yari cavalry. He's got 2 Naginata samurai, 3 Katana samurai, then just bow and Ashigaru. So this is quite a strong army, but because I got matchlocked, we might turn the tide. Plus, also, I think this is just a stronghold. So this castle has been put into its paces now for quite some time. Quite frustrating, actually. And we are back. After an inspiring speech, I now prepare myself. Well, we prepare ourselves for an engagement. Well, the benefit is we do have quite professional bow guys. And as such, those should be very accurate. And fingers crossed, we're not going to have too much of a problem. I think I'll put... They always seem to come either that side or that side, so... There we go. And then 1 matchlock covering the front in case they do come from the front. Anyway. Aha! As I had thought. Do we have any people on that side? I kind of would hope that the enemy would show they'd be coming from that side. Who's coming from that side? We have got 1 bow Ashigaru, 1 katana samurai, and 2 Naginata samurai. Okay, they take precedence. There's only matchlocks on that side. Oh, there's 1 matchlock. But do they dominate that field, or do they not? I will send these guys over, because there's only matchlocks on that side. And as there is more people on that side, I might just post archers here. And then once we've beaten off that attack, I'll transfer the Chosokabe bow samurai and whoever else to the other side to help defend. These guys will be the only defense on this side, as my Yari... these guys are going to get decimated if they get within contact of... really hoping we can actually defend this perimeter, because I don't like the concept of what's going to happen next. Why are these guys ranged? They're ranged as such. They're ranged as such. They're not as ranged as such. So I'm certain they probably will do something. Are they running? Yes, they are. Good. Nothing better. They're not running. Or are they running? Nope, they're walking, so those guys are going to approach first. Okay. It's times like these you realise just how screwed you might be sometimes if things go wrong. I mean, it's not a great thing, but if we do lose this position, which would obviously be terrible, we might not be totally screwed. Like, I'm certain there'll be other things. Try and hit the Katana Samurai. Okay, the Katana Samurai are being hit pretty nastily. Oh, that's a devastating barrage there by my first ones. These guys are going to suffer some casualties, but not as many as originally predicted. Are they firing at them? No. Bow Samurai will be going into range. Look at that range. Ah, yes. Fire. They're already wavering. That's pretty good. Start targeting them now. These guys aren't doing anything, so they can actually withdraw and... Okay, one group of soldiers is withdrawing. We have one Yari Ashigaru. Are they arriving? Oh, the Naginata Samurai have taken some nasty hits. So matchlocks leave, bows leave. Take cover around here. Scout to the front. Yari Ashigaru is broken, and so is the Katana Samurai. Get in the way so the enemy cannot attack. Get over there so that the enemy cannot use that archery tower against us. We're already panicking. So these guys are already steady, and just being under fire for only a few minutes can completely change the entire way that something is. Oh, well, they're not really doing anything to help, but actually, I'm going to move these guys because they're not looking like they're going to do much. So I think I'm going to go from here. They're not like trying to over. Okay, so the enemy Katana Samurai are steady. Those guys are... Oh god, the Naginata Samurai are decimated. Right. Those guys have to commit. I'm going to move my general into position and inspire that matchlock Ashigaru to greater feats. I mean, I can't express how much I love Naginata. Well, I love Naginatas, but for range, I can't tell you how much I adore. Just get there, and they're already climbing. Get into position, and you guys form to the other side. I mean, matchlocks just make things so much easier. Yes, you can say that they're kind of, oh, they're a noobish weapon because, you know, you don't actually have to have skill, but it works so much better because not only are you causing heavier and heavier casualties, you're, you know, pretty much, you know, any army then can become equal, you know, and you know, as I said, you're devastating casualties, and it's such a handy advantage. I can't tell you how important it is to have gunpowder if you can. Anyway, so let's redraw those guys. Are they climbing? Yes, they are. Form up a line, matchlocks. Actually, fall back a little even. Fall back a little bit further. Oh, they're actually retreating. Oh, don't do that.
A glorious victory will soon be yours.
So determined to make sure that my tactics usually work that I completely forgot. Oh, does that mean the general's withdrawing? But is he off his horse? Yes! Get it! Right, clear out. That was a lot. I mean, obviously we've got heavier casualties, and they're probably going to take to raiding tactics pretty soon. But I'm hoping we can get rid of them. Run, they say. Ooh, that guy got shot. Ooh, they got shot too. Ouch. So just don't know if there's any other Yari cavalry, bow samurai, bow ashigaru. So nah, we don't need to do anything else. So, oh, they're getting even closer. They're active, but these guys are winded. Here's a cool thing. If you're trying to attack someone, but have the problems of dealing with stuff like, you know, they get all their AI path directions all screwed up or anything like that, just aim your cavalry in that region, and they'll automatically start kicking in, and then do that. So instead of just constantly clicking on the opponents, because then they'll do that thing where they'll run out. It's like, oh no! That, or if you've got enough cavalry, I'd advise you doing this if you've only got enough cavalry. Get in the way of the enemy. So, like I was trying with my infantry when they were retreating to the gates, I find it's a good idea to get in the way of enemy soldiers in this game, because then you discover that they'll run into your units, and depending on if there's enough infantry or, once again, cavalry, your cavalry will automatically kill them. And all you have to do then is either face them like so. So now they're just going to swing around. And then not so many dudes will get past. You can see. So there's lots of bow ashigaru getting past, but they are suffering casualties because of that. And then when you want to get the targets you want to prioritize on. So the bow ashigaru units, both suffering roughly 20, 17... And they're just doing that, and your unit is just decimating. In fact, for once, do it like that. And so a tight formation just means that they'll have to go through more and more and more of your units before they can get through. And then that it just saves time, energy, and some guy just lost his head, and that guy was like, lucky bugger. Oh wait, no, he's like, no, you don't. I'm gonna get you. That's efficient. Well done. But yeah, no. Admittedly, some players may already know this, and I'm just garbling out some random stuff. But I've only recently discovered this, and admittedly I haven't played this game as much as perhaps my other Total War games. But you know, it's a handy piece of advice. I think there he is. There's the enemy general. There he is, the cone-shaped man. Once we've taken care of the other two things, how far away is he? Oh no, wait. Hang on. Pause. Pause. Oh, I was going to totally do a slow motion. Where is it? Slow-mo, slow-mo. Oh, that's my commander as well. He dodged.
My lord, their general has fallen. A cutting blow.
I think that's my daimyo. Oh, not daimyo. Commander. Yes. Is that him? No, wait. Where's my commander? Oh, there he is. Okay, so it wasn't my commander who took him down, but it was a fairly good shot. And so the remainder of the enemy army escapes. Or do they? Anyway, I'll see you in game, guys. So, having destroyed the army, and we've suffered relatively low casualties, the Imagawa army is now making a very interesting move that way. But this time they failed to take the castle. My thanks once again goes to the matchlock. Now, just because the matchlock, although its results on the battlefield are clearly evident, I would still suggest, if you have an archer army, to still put some effort into your archers. Don't just rely entirely on matchlocks. Ineba! Blacksmith and Bison. Imagawa has invaded. Tumuji. Okay, so Ineba has damaged the thing in Bizen. It is here. Unfortunately, they have targeted that building. It's going to take some time. I can actually ask for my base, because I got enough gold now. Should I upgrade this to a fortress? Maybe not. I'm going to do a couple of cool things. Does the enemy have generals? They do. I'm going to try and assassinate a couple of generals to try and see if we can... I don't expect him to be around, but... Oh, he's wounded! Well done, Ninja! Kudos to you. I'm proud of you. This guy probably won't do it. He'll be like, yeah, you could totally do it! And it's like, nope. As is sod's law, but might as well give it a go. The easier it is for my army to attack, with little to no... Yes! Well done! I've always found that was more lucky. That was better, has more luck. Okay, can I have any more Naginatas? No, I cannot. What a shame. Ah yes, my Naginatas was supposed to go in Setasu. So, here it is, the penultimate episode. We are now going to attack the Shogunate. Besiege the settlement and claim it in Shogun. Then enter and develop it as part of your realm. Or destroy it, its buildings, leaving it useless to any other clan. Oh, so basically if I want to bugger shit up. So now I've got legendary large army, and I'm going to attack. I was thinking on having cannon, but oh look, there's Onabushi. So this will be the first time I've ever engaged Onabushi. This will be also the first time I've done a proper siege, so I expect I will have heavy casualties. Fingers crossed I will not have as many casualties, and if unfortunately we cannot assault and win the battle, I will make sure I will make sure that that is a very good kill zone. I'll make sure that we will do as much damage as possible. See you in game. Okay, I didn't kind of realize how big this thing is, but good God. So, this is Kyoto. I'm making a very bold maneuver here. I'm actually challenging the Shogunate. The Shogunate does have a large army. Where is the point? Good God. Holy shit. Sorry, this is the first time I've ever been here. This is the largest base I've seen so far in this game, and I've seen a fair amount of castles, and this just beats them by miles. No wonder. But the thing is, now, obviously, looks can be deceiving, and I'm anticipating that this one is very much a deceiver. That it looks quite empty. Like, I know there's going to be a crap ton of people inside, but for the size of the castle, you'd expect 2 armies. At least. Then it would be like, right, okay, clearly it's a big-ass castle, but that's still something to look at. My frame rate probably will drop because of the amount of troops here, so... Okay, so the enemy are preparing to defend it fanatically. I have 4 Spo Samurai units with the determination, will, and crazy amount of bloodlust. We're going to try and break through on one point. I don't want to try and go in on multiple areas because there is going to be no weak flanks. I suppose the only weak section you could say that's there is this corner section here. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Katana units will decimate, so I think maybe what would be a good idea is if I deploy them here. But we're not going to run, so this battle may take a couple of episodes, or parts in the episode to do. So, apologies for those who are impatient and want to see bloodlust, guts and gore already, but this is not going to be a quick battle. So, Feels kind of weird that my generals are going for this thing. The good thing is the only general unit they have is this guy, Yari Samurai, and they're all running about now. So what I want to do is I want to breach a hole through this area and maybe cap a couple of towers. So whilst they're throwing their arrows, and whilst my bow samurai are throwing arrows at their arrows, I can be sending my katana samurai to assault their positions along maybe this line. I kind of wish I had cannon now. I kind of teetered on whether I should have cannon or not, but then I thought, well, I'm probably going to record about maybe an episode or two of just me waiting for cannon to be produced, because I have to first of all build the buildings required to have the cannon, then I need to buy and build sufficient cannon, then also I need to select which units I want to sacrifice in order to have said cannon. So all these processes would be given for not much gain. And plus, let's face it, we don't want to damage this castle because then we may have problems with the civilian population. And that's kind of convenient, the Japanese modern flag. But yes, this is definitely a proud and large army. And they keep running. Which is good, because I want them to run. I want them to tire their troops out so bad that when my infantry merely start hitting them with their swords, they instantly break and run away. But unfortunately, I have a feeling that every single one of these fuckers will do the last man standing moment. So I think what will be very difficult will definitely be the fact that we're going to have a lot of bad guys. I'm happy. There's a lot of Yaris. Hang on, let me just count out how many Yari. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Retainers, okay. 7, 8. Ooh, there's the Onabushi. Now, for those of you who don't really know, the Onabushi were female warriors. Although these girls weren't too common on the battlefield, they were still quite a presence. They made quite an effective presence in castles. I don't know too much about Japanese history, but all I know is if they're here, then this place is important enough to defend. So I'm definitely going to get matchlocks on them. Sorry all you gentlemen out there, but I will happily gun them down if I think they are a threat. Whoa, hang on, how many samurai retainers? And 2. Is that just 2? Is it really just 2? I hope so. So yeah, I would classify the highest threat to be the samurai retainers and the Onabushi. The Yari is the third threat. The Chosokabe, the bow samurai will be a threat in the sense that they're going to be one of those people who won't go down without a fight. But fire enough rounds into them and you should be alright. I've got Naginata infantry plus Katana Samurai, all of which are not experienced for the Katana Samurai front. Oh wait, no, there's a couple of guys there, so it's all good. My Chosokabe legendary bow samurai with an accuracy of 88, oh yeah, go you, will have an advantage, and I might just try and, I don't know, because they'll be hammered. I want to minimize as many casualties as possible. So maybe what I'll do is I'll move my Yari, those guys first. Because although these guys won't have as much, what will these guys have? They'll have 52, whereas these guys only have 36, 44, 41. Okay. Battle looks pretty much in my favour, but I'm just trying to decide what kind of commitment I need to do. Oh, if you're wondering what that shouting is, it's the shouting in the song, not someone shouting in the background. I like this corner section. I like the 2 corner sections they've opened up for me. What I might do is I might use my matchlocks, engage them in a on a fight. Maybe I'll split out my forces just a tad, but not So that way we have to think about multiple fronts. My micromanagement, I will be honest with you, isn't that great. Everyone says that micromanagement is the greatest thing you can have if you know how to do it. Well, unfortunately, I have no idea how to do it. So I tend to like to keep my forces together. I'm not saying that's what I do every time. So if I ever go online and people are like, hey, I know how to beat this guy. But that's a cool tree. That might just be my saving grace. Right, I'm going to wait until the patrol... Okay, this is the patrol there. I reckon about here if you move them. And they're gonna walk! I think what I'll do is I'll deploy them... I'll deploy the bow samurai here. And then that way they can just concentrate their fire on only one person. So that way they can't all start spamming their fire. And then, depending on what happens, I'm going to rush my samurai, the katana samurai, across the line. And then whilst those guys are going, oh my god, and they all start bursting over to try and take out my katana, my naginatas will burst up through the middle, trying to take as much as they can. Admittedly, the shallow water will make it difficult for my troops to cross, but then if I can get my matchlocks... We're going to concentrate fire on this one, so only one group will focus on that side. So if these guys do stay here, these guys will suffer heavy casualties. But if we're lucky, they will be like in a state of utter panic and terror. Also, I've just thought, because all these guys will be rushing around, they'll be like, ah, no! So a fair amount of them might just get annihilated by my katana samurai. But, of course, naturally, I'm not taking any chances. The only major concern I've got is that the Onobushi will wreak havoc on my lines before I can gun them down with either bows or with, So, let's walk them across the water. Okay, so we'll wait for this patrol to go by, and then we'll start assaulting the lines. Because if we can take this with as minimal casualties as possible, I can then start to, A, defend this place, with a few more troops, because I imagine what's going to happen afterwards is every clan will go berserk and attempt to retake this position. So what I'm hoping will happen is if we can... Okay, so I'm going to start walking across the line. I'm actually going to send up 2. I'm going to put 2 here, and then put 2 in reserve. And then what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and see if I can cap that door, so that way people won't get like berserkly angry. And then I'm going to put bow archers. Yeah, I'm going to put the bow archers here. So that way then they're in a good position. Naginata samurai will take defensive positions on the river side, waiting for the opportunity to charge across the side. I will do the same for these guys here, but they probably will suffer heavier casualties as... okay, so it's proper... Oh, I'm not a fan of attacking, but the more they run... Are they exhausted, or are they just very tired? They're just very tired. If I can kill their general, I'm not sure whether they'll pull out of the castle or whether they'll just go to the last man. If I can annihilate their archer units, I could actually use my archers or their towers to batter the crap out of what's left of their archer units. So go to here, set up my archers, annihilate whoever's on the top, and then the remainder can just start throwing throwing Molotovs at the gate, so that way they don't have to risk losing men going up. I'm very much a conservative person when it comes to units. I treat every man as if he's one of my own members of the family, and every guy who dies is not a good thing. If we can avoid casualties at any point, I will take that option, because it's in multiplayer battles not so much, because obviously you're not going to have them in the next thing, but when it comes to campaign, I treat them very carefully. So for example here, these guys, when they're walking, they're not going to be tired, so that way when they get to the front, so now they're going to climb. Just walk, these guys. Right, now that you're close, run into position. Run into position. Get a little closer, I think, maybe. about here. I know that's in range of the arch tower. Try and put yourself roughly about here. Unfortunately, there's this feature that, yeah, a couple of guys will die just before they reach the top because they'll fall down. But once you've got inside, open that gate up. We'll wait. I suppose we could use him now. Fire! Ooh, that is very effective. Hitting them on the side. Just absolutely devastating rounds there. Very good shooting. Okay, they're going to do the same. I want that door open. Run to that door. Okay, archers. Hammer those fuckers on that side. Okay, those guys are withdrawing. Am I shooting my own dudes? Are they actually shooting at my own dudes? And now these guys have just got to capture the gate. It's in the command of my dudes. We need to get inside that area now and to start hammering against their infantry. If we can kill off their general, then so much the better. Infantry... Oh, they're shattered. Are they actually running out the castle? Yes, they are. They are absolutely devastated. Good job, good job. Alright, throw some bows over that line. Might cancel your plans. Rendezvous back here. I want you to start assaulting this wall now. Start walking. I want matchlocks over here ASAP. Okay, these guys I can afford to run. Admittedly, they will slow down cavalry units, isn't it? Cavalry units are particularly offended, yeah. So. Okay, so they're going to be here. So far, I'm seeing no. I want them actually to capture this point. So if we can capture those two areas, we could capture their bow areas. That's actually quite good. And then I can just put my bows behind this line here, and any attack that comes our way, they won't be able to attack us anymore. Oh shit, run. Just didn't realise how many dudes are there. Right.
General is in grave danger.
Get out of the line of fire. Get across the line. Fire. Is that in range already? Jeez. These guys have definitely earned their pride. Suffering heavy casualties. I don't like it. Get out of the range. Get out of their range. Get out of their range. Right. Bows in position. Matchlocks. Okay. It's not what I want to see. You've lost over 10 guys. Right. Move into position then as quickly as you possibly can. Naginata. Go this way. You guys will be tired. I want you to form a defensive line here. I want you to defend. You guys go and attack the Ari Samurai.